So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Ready.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Watch the X3, 218, chop it. Check four. Watch the safety creep.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. The tackle made by Derek Rivers.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Kamara. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. After one, it's 9-0.
Whatever you do, don't let anybody single, slot. Hey, you're on the
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Minshew throwing on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Here comes Grant on the return. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Yeah. You got to get moving, man. Man moving. You got to get that. 57. Mike, 57.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watched that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Looking to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. On 4th down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And he's out right at the 25. A nice job on the return there. 16 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense. 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Fair. Watch the ship. 49, check 49.
Toss play, Kamara. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Out of the gun is Minshew. And that will be incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
He gets this away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. He's at the 30.
You ain't doing nothing today.
And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 64 yards.
Dolphins first down. First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Miller. Still going. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Running, it's Drake. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On third and short, Drake. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Kenyon Drake, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. This time, the extra point up and good. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Minshew looking long for Westbrook. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. That one complete. He finds Sharp, and he gets it down to the 32.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Looking to throw it, Minshew. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 21.
Rock it.
Throwing on 1st down is Minshew. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7.
Mike, check 33.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make them fight.
It'll be Minshew again. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's 3rd and goal.
Check 13. Check 13. Hey, exit. Check Mike 33. Check Mike 33. It's a party now. It's a party now.
Mike, check 33.
Get it.
From the gun, Minshew to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. J.C. Jackson there defensively to knock it away. So on 4th down, Jags kicker Josh Lambo comes on from the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And Lambo will put this one through, and they'll at least get on the board here, still trailing, but 16-3 now. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But you're going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Off play action, it's Minshew. And he completes it to Westbrook. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, 1st down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Minshew sets to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Topper! He's crashing. He's checking crack. Jim.
On the ground, Kamara. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A 14-yard 1st down pickup for the Jaguars. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Running from the shotgun with Drake. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here's 2nd and 8. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. The open man is Westbrook. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Here's Minshew. Open man is Westbrook, complete. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration.
First down, Jaguars.
This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Minshew, 1st and 10. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Octavious Howard. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll start the drive with Drake. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Check. 80 weapon. Wide. Get wide. Go. 57.
Right back to Drake. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down.
57's the mic. Rock 57.
They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. Subsequent gains of 3, 4, and now 5 yards. Good enough for the 1st down. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it and pick up 1st downs.
On 1st down, it's Drake. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
64, weak. Check 3.
On third down, Drake. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Back now in Miami. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. Back now in Miami. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4.
55. Hey, alert 3. Grace don't travel. Grace don't travel.
Now on first down, Drake again. Telvin Smith that time there to make the play. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
It's a gain of 6, moves them to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
So they need 2 yards here on third down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on third down conversions on this drive. Lamar Miller. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. They keep it with Miller on first down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
48 month.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
2nd and 9 now. Eluding the pressure right. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Good positioning, and it's picked off.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Bravo. Check 33. Grace don't travel. Come on, boy. Shoot.
To throw again on 2nd down. Minshew. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Cordray Tankersley with a pick. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
Go. Yep. Staying open. Mike's 57. Ready to go.
They'll run on first down. Drake. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. A handoff out of the pistol. It's Drake. And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Xavier Howard. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sideline, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd down, Smallwood. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's Ryan Allen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Minshew. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Let's get in there. Let's get in there. Go.
5-2 is the Mike. Mike 5-2. Mike 5-2.
They'll set up a throw. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked up by Octavious Howard. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. Sanders on for the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And this does not end well as he's going to be out of bounds here at his own 5-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Dolphins, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.